Equivalence partitioning. Equivalence partitioning. Another name is equivalent classes. Equivalent classes. Equivalent partitioning or equivalent classes. Say, it can be applied at any level of testing: unit testing, integration testing, system and acceptance testing. Okay, our area is system testing. Developers conduct unit and integration testing. Next, end user means customers conduct acceptance testing. Forget about unit testing and integration testing and acceptance testing. Our area is system testing. Okay, equivalence partitioning can be applied at any level of testing. Next, in equivalence partitioning, inputs to the software are divided into groups that are expected to exhibit similar behavior. In equivalence partitioning, inputs to the software are divided into groups that are expected to exhibit similar behavior. Next, equivalence partitions or classes can be found for both valid data and invalid data. See, we divide the input domain into classes or partitions. Then we take one or two inputs from each class. By executing these small number of inputs, we can quickly conduct the testing, reducing the input, at the same time covering all areas. Say, observe the points. It can be applied. It can be applied at any level of testing. Observe, Sri Lakshmi, we have 4 levels of testing now. What are the 4 levels of testing? Say, unit testing. Next, integration testing. Next, system testing, and acceptance testing. In which, what is our area, Sri Lakshmi? Unit testing or integration testing or system testing or acceptance testing? What is our area? System testing. See, as an independent tester, your area is system testing. Usually, developers conduct unit and integration testing. Next, end users conduct acceptance testing. Okay. See, 4 levels of testing. Testing, okay, but testers vary from one level to another. Okay. In equivalent partitioning, next point. In equivalence partitioning, inputs to the software are divided into groups that are expected to exhibit similar behavior. That are expected to exhibit similar behavior. Next point, equivalence partitions. Equivalence partitions, or you can say equivalence classes, can be found for both valid data and invalid data. Can be found for both valid data and invalid data. See, this is the brief introduction about equivalence partitioning. I will provide examples. Before examples, one general topic, data. We use data for testing. Input data, test data, data factors. See, we have three important data factors. First one, type of the data. Can you give example for type data type? Krishna Chaitanya, data type.
Integer, float,
integer, character, float, double. Okay, those are technical classification. In general terms, alphabets. Next, say integer, double, character, string. These are technical terms. In general terms, alphabets. Next, alpha numeric, only numeric also. Alphabets, numeric. Next, combination, alpha numeric. Next, alpha numeric and special characters, star, etc. symbols, special characters, etc. See, type of data. For example, phone number object. Phone number object accepts, phone number field accepts 10-digit numeric values. Numeric is type. 10-digit is size of the data. Next, city name. City name field accepts alphabets. That is type of the data. Next, user ID. User ID field accepts alphanumeric values, 10 to 20 characters long alphanumeric values, means alphanumeric is type of the data. Next, Rahman, did you join?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I have a time issue.
Cool. No issue. Cool. Next, size of the data. Size. Suppose phone number object or phone number field accepts 10-digit numeric values. 10-digit is size, numeric is type. Suppose 10 digits. Phone number. Next, one more thing. Krishna Chaitanya, can you tell me type of the data, size of the data?
Range of the data.
Range of the data. Range of the data. Suppose in insurance applications, suppose for 1 lakh policy premium amount, suppose applicant age 25 to 30 years, premium 5,000. Example, 30 to 35 years, 6,000. 35 years to 40 years, 7,000. What is this 25 years to 30 years? This is range of the data. Suppose in banking applications, 1 to 2 years interest rate for fixed deposits 7%, 2 to 3 years 8%, 3 to 4 years 9%, 5 to 7 years 11%. That is range of the data. Suppose 1 to 2 years, 5 to 7 years. This is range of the data. Okay, now Rahman, data factors. We have 3 data factors: type of the data, size of the data, range of the data. Okay, na?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Observe the example. Example 1. Here we focus on data range. Okay. Example is tickets field in a reservation system accepts 1 to 10 tickets only. Minimum 1 ticket, maximum 10 tickets. You can enter 5 tickets, 7 tickets, 8 tickets, but 11 tickets invalid, 0 invalid, 20 tickets invalid. See, tickets field in a reservation system, accepts 1 to 10 tickets only. 1 to 10 tickets only. Here partitions. See, partition 1, next partition 2, next partition 3. See, testing with all possible inputs and preconditions impractical, so that we use test design techniques in order to reduce the input. Reducing the input at the same time covering all areas. Coverage important, but you have to reduce the input. Why? Otherwise, if you want to execute all possible inputs and preconditions, time taking process. See, due to time and budget considerations, generally we don't go for exhaustive testing. Exhaustive testing means testing with all possible inputs and preconditions. We reduce the input using test design techniques. Rahman, make that range into partitions. First partition, suppose 0. Second partition 1 to 10. Third partition, Krishna Chaitanya?
Greater than 10.
Okay. Suppose 11 to 99 or above. See, first partition, we have to take 1 or 2 inputs from every partition, then we can cover all areas. You no need to take all inputs. First partition, Sri Lakshmi, is it valid or invalid?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid. Second partition?
It's a valid, sir.
Valid. This is valid partition. Third partition?
Invalid.
Invalid only. See, this is one example. Here we focused on data range. Next, example 2. Example 2. This time data size. Focus on data size. Sometimes we need to focus on one or more factors. Suppose phone number object takes phone number field accepts 10-digit numeric values. That is our requirement. Here 10-digit is size, numeric values. Numeric is type. Here we need to focus size and type. Okay, in our examples I am focusing data factors one by one. Example 2, data type. Okay, here example is customer identification number. See, customer identification number, a field accepts only numbers. Customer identification field accepts only numbers. For this one, write partitions Rahman, partition 1, partition 2, partition 1. Krishna Chaitanya. Why nobody responding?
Accept alphabets, like check alphabets whether it is accepting or not.
See first alphabets. This is one partition. Next, numeric or numbers. Next partition, alphanumeric. Alphanumeric. Next partition, see alphabets, numbers, alphanumeric. Next, alphanumeric and special characters. Nandakishore and special characters. Now tell me Rahman, partition 1 as per our requirement, test requirement, partition
Say
1 is valid or not?
Invalid.
Invalid. Next partition 2,
Valid.
valid. Partition 3,
Invalid.
invalid. See, partition 3 invalid, partition 4 also invalid.
Invalid.
Okay, just a minute. Next example, data size, data range, data type, data size. See, example 3.
Sir, I have a question. Is example 2 is a data size or it's a data type?
Oh, yes, yes. It's not size, data type, type of the data. Good. First one, data range 1 to 10. Next, 0, 11 to 99 or above range. Type, okay, good. Data type. Range, type, next size. 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 Suppose phone number field accepts 10 digits only, or 10 digits numbers only, numeric data only, but here we have to focus on 10 digit size, numeric type also, but you concentrate on size. First size, see, phone number field accepts 10 digit numeric data only. Partition 1, partition 2, partition 3. Suppose partition 1, tell me Sri Lakshmi, partition 1. Suppose below 10. Now our focus on size. Okay, for this phone number field, we need to check that number also, means type also. For this phone number field, data size and data type also important. But in our example, I am covering only data size. Already I told some fields having more data factors. We need to cover more data factors. Size and type, next type and range, etc. But I am explaining separately. First, our focus on data range, next data type, next data size. Actually, this for this phone number field, two data factors. What are the two data factors, Rahman? One is,
it must be numeric and also 10 digits.
One is size, another is type.
Range.
Not range, type. Type na?
Type, yeah.
Numeric
Yes,
is type of data. See, observe. 10 digit is size of the data. Next, numeric is type of the data. Okay, focus on data size. Okay, below 10, this is one partition. Next, 10, next, above 10. See, first one, observe Krishna Chaitanya, below 10, valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid. Next, valid. Next, invalid. Say, we covered three factors: data range, data type, data size. Next, one more thing also there, others. But nowadays, we no need to cover this one. I will show. Others. Here no data. No data type or data size or data range. Example, A payment management system accepts credit card payment only. Credit card payment only. Abdur Rahman, here no data size, no data type, no data range. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Actually, we no need to take partitions. Suppose if any payment management system accepts credit cards only, then they provide only that option. You can check that option only. Just understanding point of view, I am writing this partitions. But nowadays, any payment management system provides only one or two payment options. Then they provide only those options. Suppose net banking not available, that time no net banking option. Suppose cash on delivery option not available, facility not available, no that option. Okay, just understanding point of view I am writing. See partition 1, partition 2, partition 3. Suppose partition 1, credit card. Partition 2, net banking. Partition 3, suppose cash on delivery. See first one, valid, next, invalid, next, invalid. Okay na Sri Lakshmi? We covered all areas na? See, we discussed data range, data type, data size and others separately. Next, combinations. Abdur Rahman, example. User ID. User ID field accepts 10 to 20 characters long alphabets or alphanumeric data. User ID field accepts 10 to 20 characters long alphanumeric data. Here, what are the data factors?
It's data factors.
10 to 20 characters. It accepts 10 to 20 characters. Suppose you can create user ID with 10 characters or 15 characters or 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 not acceptable, 9 invalid, 21 invalid, 9 invalid. Here first one is data
size range. Yeah.
Range
10 to 20.
10 to 20. That is range. Next, observe just a minute. 10 to 20. To 20. Next,
data types.
Alphabets. Alphanumeric. Alphanumeric.
It's a data types.
Type. Observe Rahman. 10 to 20 is data type or data size?
It's data range.
Not range. Size of the data only. Suppose 10 digit. Observe. Here no mathematical operations involvement. 10 digit, 14 digit, 18. Suppose 10 digit valid, 14 digit valid, 18 valid, 22 invalid, 8 invalid, 8, 14, 18, 22. This is size only. Range means mathematical operations involved. For example,
Correct.
1 to 45 days, interest rate 5%, 46 days to 180 days, interest rate some 6%. Getting that point?
Yes, sir.
That is range. Okay, next observe. Another example. Already we used. Phone number. Phone number field accepts 10 digit numeric values only. Now observe Sri Lakshmi. Here what are the data factors? 10 digit. What is this one?
Only numeric, sir?
I am asking 10 digit. 10 digit is size or range or type?
It's a size.
Size. Next, numeric.
Type.
Data type. Type. Just a minute. Somebody still making noise. Okay. Example 1. Example 2. Next. Example 3. See, we covered data size, data type. Next, data size type. Both are size type only. Can you give an example for range, data range and other combination? Rahman? Data range. Okay, observe. Customer age field accepts age value from 21 to 65 years. Numeric data. Observe customer age. This 25 to 65 years. What is this one, Rahman?
This one range.
Range. For example, 20. 20 also 2-digit data. 20 invalid, 19 invalid, 66 invalid. This is data range.
Because it's out of range.
Out of range. Data range. Next, numeric. See, age 20, 30, 40, 50. This is numeric data. Data type. Data type. Okay, now we covered all possibilities. Now, any queries, Krishna Chaitanya? Combinations.